When we think of ships in Star Citizen, we think of vessels of badassery that are going to bring you some epic moments in the verse, but that is not always the case, and some ships in Star Citizen don't really live up to our expectations. People of the verse, hello and welcome to the channel. It's the Eradicator, and in this video we're gonna have a little top 5 fun here, because this video is about the top 5 worst ships in Star Citizen. I know it's an oxymoron, right? Top and worst at the same time, but anyway, the purpose of this video is just to have a little fun. I know it's going to bring me a lot of heat because some of those ships do have their fans, right? Well, I'm not really a big fan of those, so that's why I'm making this video. And here we go. We're going to start right now with our number 5, which is the Aurora LX. And this ship is basically an overpriced based Aurora. Now the base Aurora original was only $20. This one, when it was first released, was at $35, so $15 more expensive than the base Aurora, with the same armament, the same cargo capacity, but the only difference it has is this very fancy leather seat inside and the same leather bed as well. So it is trading, I would say, maybe extra amenities that maybe an Aura CL would have for a little bit of more comfort, but that just doesn't make any sense because it's just an entry level ship Aurora. So who would fly an Aurora LX? I'll be frank with you guys, I have never seen, never ever seen an Aurora LX in the verse flown by a player, and I have never seen an Aurora LX flown by an NPC as well in the verse. So it seems that this ship is definitely not popular, and there are reasons. I mean, it's the same as if, for example, imagine a Fiat, for example, with leather seats and super you know, like a premium Fiat or a premium Peugeot. Who would buy that? Nobody. If you want a premium car, you go for a BMW or Mercedes-Benz, not a Fiat or a Peugeot, right? Well, that's the same with Aurora. The Aurora, you want a premium ship, you're going for an Origin and not an RSI necessarily. So that's why I think that this ship is pretty useless and pretty bad, and that's why no one, even NPCs, is flying it. Alright, coming up next is the Consolidated Outland Mustang Gamma, and this ship is the racing ship of the Mustang line, and quite frankly I didn't know it was that bad until I tried it for myself. And I remember a couple of months ago I did fly it on live stream on Twitch, and people were trolling me on the chat. Hey, why are you flying this ship? What is wrong with you? The people were saying, all right. I was like, well, okay. So I decided to take off from Lorville, just from Lorville, to go to Everest Harbor. And oh boy, was it bad. It didn't handle so well in atmosphere, and I found that the ship was extremely fragile. I just barely touched the pad at Everest Harbor, and that was just enough to make the ship blow up. It just exploded. It could not handle being landed slightly a little bit too fast, too rough on the pad. So well, that ship did not really fulfill its purpose. That purpose was to take me from one place to another as quickly as possible. I think that the Origin 350R, for example, does the job much better. It is not the fastest racer either. People would rather use an M50 or even a MISC Razor, right? And that's why no one is flying Mustang Gamma, and that's why also it makes it to this list. But tell me in the comments down below, have you ever flown a Mustang Gamma? Do you own one? What do you think of it? Please let me know as well in the comments down below. Coming up next at 3 is the Drake Herald. Now this ship is actually used by NPC. If you are doing some patrol missions, you will see that the NPC who is handling you in the mission is actually flying a Drake Herald, but that's basically it. No one else is flying a Drake Herald. You seldom see players flying a Drake Herald, and when they do, it's just because they want to try and see, oh, what is this ship? I have flown the Drake Herald a couple of times. I used to have a Drake Herald as a loaner when I had, the Mercury Starfarer was not up. Thank God I don't have it as a loaner anymore. And the very few times I was flying a Drake Herald was because all of my ships was being claimed, right? And I was waiting for the claim timer, and the last ship available was Drake Herald because I wanted to go from point A to point B, usually security post carré. And that was basically it. This ship handles very poorly. It just doesn't turn at all. This is a a ship that is only good at flying straight, and that may be the problem. But probably its design. Look at the back. It's got these two massive thrusters, but that's basically it. The two little wings here don't really help flying it in atmosphere, and in combat it only has 3 Gatling guns, which of course get depleted very quickly. So that's why there's not much use for the ship until we get data running in the verse, right? But that profession unfortunately is still a few years ahead in the future, which is why this ship is pretty useless, and as a result it's also pretty bad, and it makes it to this list. Coming up at number 2, and this was a close call between this one and the one that's coming after, is the ANVIL Gladiator. Now, I had high hopes for this ship, especially regarding the Geno threat. Even I thought that this one would handle quite well, given the fact it has size 5 torpedoes, which are perfect for taking down Idrises in theory, right? And it handles quite well, so I thought that it would also be able to hold its own in dogfight, but unfortunately it's still not really the case. Its base armament in terms of lasers is quite poor. It has to rely on a co-pilot to handle the turret, and overall there are many more bomber ships that do the job much better. I'm thinking, for example, of the Eclipse, which is why no one is flying a Gladiator. Unfortunately, this is a ship that definitely needs a lot of love from CIG, and I hope that it's going to get one, because it's also one of the oldest ships in the verse right now. So that's why it makes it to the list number 2. No one is flying it. You don't even see any NPCs flying it as well, which is a shame because it is a pretty cool looking ship and it deserves better. And at number 1 is the MISC Starfarer. Of course, this one's very subjective. I have flown this ship for a long time. I had a Starfarer as a loaner ship for quite some time as well. I also had a Starfarer in my inventory that I gave away, by the way, on this channel. So we had this beautiful giveaway a couple of months ago. But still, unfortunately, this ship is pretty much good for nothing. It is not good at cargo hauling because it is extremely slow, it is extremely heavy, and the chances are that wherever you are going to land your ship at any outpost or station, you are going to crash it because of how poorly it handles and how poorly it slows down. Somebody told me that they used a Starfarer for the Geno threat event, and it took them 75 kilometers to slow down because they had to go all the way from the wreck to Jericho station with a Starfarer. 75 kilometers to slow down. That was absolutely insane. And the interior as well, a lot of people are making fun of the interior. I'm thinking of Morphologist, who made a very good video about it as well. The interior is basically amazing. It is not ergonomic. There's no ergonomy at all. It's not intuitive. It's not easy if you don't know the ship to find the bridge. On top of that, you also have random ladders in which the character seems to be very attracted to. You're just walking on the ramp and then all of a sudden you get to the ladder where you don't want to go on the ladder. So that is also quite annoying. You need to climb more ladders if you want to be getting to the habitation part as well, and it's just not very powerful. To sometimes, you know, NPCs are flying this ship, you need to escort them because they are being under attack by NPCs and they get blown up also very easily. So it's just a ship that right now is not good for anything. In the future it may be, because this is supposed to be the tank ship, the refueler, but we don't have any refueling mechanics right now in the game, so that's why there's just no good purpose for flying a Starfarer, which is a shame because again it's a decent looking ship. It's very interesting, right? It's been also there for quite some time, but unfortunately it has fallen in disgrace. And that's it for this top 5 worst ships in Star Citizen. But please tell me, which ship would you have put in that list? I would like to know everything in the comments down below. Amiral Gruffus in the Discord channel said that he would have put the Origin 350R in that list. I disagree. I think that it does the job much better than a Mustang Gamma. At least I can get from Lorville to Everest Harbor very quickly in no time, and also having no problems also. That's why it's not that bad. Actually, there's always something worse there, Griffiths. Anyway, that's all for this video, guys. If you like this video, you know what to do. The subscribe and the like buttons are down there. I'll see you guys tomorrow for more Star Citizen content. This is the Eradicator. I'll see you guys later. This video is brought to you by the people who support this channel on Patreon and via the join button as well. Supporters of the channel get access to lots of cool perks such as access to my private Discord, your question answered in the show, you get to know when I'm going to play, and also you get to have a chance to influence the editorial line of the channel. Any help is appreciated, starts at just $1 a month. Thank you very much for watching. This is The Eradicator, and I'll see you guys later.